So this is the new ProTek pit light, and it has some nice features on it. It's got a clock, it's got an alarm. You can adjust the color temperature, and it also has a wireless charger on the base, which is pretty nifty. So let's open it up and plug it in. Got some basic instructions. Has some nice resistance in the hinge there. And the last thing in the box is just our power cable here. Power cable is probably about 4 feet long or so. Before we plug it in, there's a little piece of paper here that unlocks the battery, so it'll make contact, and that battery will allow the clock and the display to always be on whether there's power or not. Although one thing to note, as soon as we pull this tab, the light will make a chiming noise and play a little song for the very first time. Okay, now that that's done, let's get this thing plugged in. So on the back of the base is our 12-volt power port, and that's where you're going to plug in your power. And there's also a USB that is 5-volt, 1 amp that you can plug in other devices and charge off of if you need to. There's also 4 buttons right here, and this is how we set our time, our date, our alarm, and also we can change the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So let's go ahead. We'll plug this in. Our screen has illuminated now. Going to hit the first button, it's an M. So that is how you swap between alarm and time mode. We want time mode. And then the next button over is an S. So we're going to set the time. And then there's little arrows. We're going to use those to set our time. You hit the S button one more time to go over to the minutes. I'm going to hit the S button again, and that is asking what year. We're going to go to 2024, hit the S button again, and our month. We are in August, S button again. 7th. All right, I'm going to hit the S button one more time, and there we go. Now on the back, if we hit the arrows, we can do a couple of things. The arrow all the way on the right-hand side, that's going to change Celsius to Fahrenheit or vice versa. Then if we hit the next arrow button over on the back, it's going to give us military time. So before we turn this on, I just wanted to show how stable the base is. You can move this light down pretty dang far and it will support itself. So there's a lot of movement out of these hinges, and the hinge points have lots of resistance to set your angle, and it will not move. So on the base we have a few buttons. This first button, of course, turns on our light. The arrow buttons are how we control the brightness. So arrow up will go up on our brightness. We can go down. Let's turn off this back light. There we go. Now we can get a better idea of the brightness. Let's back it down one more time. Okay, that's all the way dim, and we'll go all the way back up. Now this M button is how we change the temperature of the light. So that is more of a cooler light. It's a bit brighter. That looks like it's more of a white natural light, and that is more of a yellow tinted whiteness there. The box is saying 3000, 4500, and 6000 Kelvin. Now the last cool thing to show is the wireless charging base. You can just set your phone on there or any device that will wireless charge. And right here we have a solid green light. When the device is fully charged, this light will blink. So that's the ProTek pit light. Pretty nice pit light that's got a lot of functionality, a lot of movement and angles that you can get out of the light. Great for low light situations, your pit spot, your workbench at home, or anywhere where you could use a little extra light, with the bonus of wireless charging, temperature, time, date, and alarm.